Yes, people, we're back with another video. This time, it's Arsenal against Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League final. Yes, we are already Premier League champions, but we now wish and hope to be champions of Europe. Wouldn't it be so great to say that, guys? After this Saturday, Arsenal, Premier League champions and champions of Europe. But before I go any further with this video, guys, can I please ask you all to like, comment, share, and please subscribe to the video if you haven't already. If you have, I'll be if you do, sorry, I'll be ever so grateful. So yeah, let's get into it then, guys. This match, it's going to be very interesting, to say the least, how Mikel Arteta approaches this game. It's also going to be very interesting to see the starting lineup that he puts out there, that he picks and puts out there. You know, Jurrien Timber is back now, so it's going to be interesting to see whether he puts him straight back into the team or whether he puts Mosquera back in there. It'll also be interesting to see whether he goes with Calafiori and Capier. Brings Subamendi back in over Miles Lewis-Skelly. Whoever he starts with, whether he starts with Martinelli or Trossard. There's a few positions up for grabs in this side for this game. So like I say, it will be very interesting to see what Mikel Arteta does for this one. But the approach, in my opinion, you know, how's he going to approach this game? Or how do I, like personally, I would approach this game no different than he's approached every other Champions League game. Now, our approach to Champions League games is totally different from the approaches in the Premier League. Teams don't sit back in the Champions League, not like they do in the Premier League anyway. Yet we witnessed a bit of that with Atletico Madrid. That's kind of expected with them. But certainly not going to happen with PSG, is it? You know what I mean? But personally, in my opinion, I think he should just go out there and attack this game in exactly the same way he has done in every other game he's played in the Champions League. You know, we played the big boys already. We played Atletico Madrid. We played Bayern Munich. We played Inter Milan. You know, and there was no problem there, was there? You know, we smashed every one of them. Absolutely smashed them. So, you know, don't hold them back. I don't want him to just go and sit back and just try and counter-attack. Yeah, he needs to get some control in this game. But I would just attack it and approach it in the same way he has done every other game. You know, let the players be free. They've got a lot of weight off the shoulders now after winning the Premier League. So they can now go into this game feeling weightless and free. And just go out there, enjoy yourself and express yourself. And just do what you've been doing all season. But yeah, we are now the third English club in a European final. Crystal Palace have already won theirs. Aston Villa have already won theirs. So we have now got 2 English European champions. We could possibly make it a hat-trick. 3 English champions, which has never happened before, has it, guys? So, you know, yeah, granted this will be the hardest one of the 3. We probably all expected Palace and Aston Villa to go on and win theirs. Not many people outside the Arsenal fan base expect us to go and win this. Not many at all. But I do see a lot of belief in the Arsenal fan base recently. I do see a lot of belief. And that's exactly how we have to be. Let the fans, because you know the fans see, probably won't see mine, but they see some of the big content creators out there. You know, they see clips of their videos. They see what they say, whether they're confident or not. And that's only going to fill into the players in itself. They see the fan base now so highly confident. That's going to give them a big lift, isn't it? But I'm just so excited for this. I'm so excited. You know, we're only, what, 48, 72 hours away, and we could be calling ourselves European champions. You have to just keep our fingers crossed, guys. So yeah, basically I'm gonna get into the starting 11 now, but I did want to give you a little update onto my plans for the pre-season and for the World Cup. Seems we've got no Premier League football. What I will be doing is, from time to time, I can't tell you exactly, it won't be every day, be twice, at least 2 or 3 times a week. What I will be doing is just putting out some transfer content, mainly to do with Arsenal transfers. If there's any big transfer moves from the big 6 clubs, so to speak, I will make some content about that. It will be primarily Arsenal based, but I will do some on the big 6, the so-called big 6 clubs, and also during the World Cup I will do from time to time, will be primarily England games, but I will do from time to time some watch-alongs. So all that being said, guys, let's just get straight into this starting 11 now. In the back, in goal, as per usual, will be David Raya. Yeah, so in goal will be David Raya. Now, on the right side, Timber's back. Will I risk putting him straight in? For any other game, I probably would. I'm just too unsure about this one. I think I would probably just go with Mosquera. Mosquera's done very well. Anytime he's had to be, anytime he's had to play that position, he hasn't really, very rarely let us down, has he? And I don't think Timber, as much as he's the type of player you can throw straight back in there, I just don't think, with the speed and the pace of Kvaratskhelia, he's going to need game time, isn't he, to get up to speed. Mosquera's already there, so for me, I will put Mosquera in at right back. 2 centre backs, obviously. On the right, Saliba. On the left will be Gabriel. And on the left, will it be Calafiori or Nkapie? For me, I do like Calafiori going forward over Nkapie. I'm just a little... Same concerns with Calafiori as there is Timber. I know, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure Calafiori may have come on or played some time against Crystal Palace. But Nkapie, you know, he's up to speed. We need players who are up to speed. We don't want players... Last thing we need is players going in there and taking 30, 45 minutes to get up to speed. And by that time, we could already find ourselves in a losing position. I don't want that. I need players who are going to be on the ball, on point, right from the first minute. So, for me, it's going to be Nkapie at left back. So, midfield 3. It's going to be Declan Rice in at the 6. In the 8 will be Miles Lewis-Skelly. And in the 10 will be Martin Odegaard. I'm going to choose Martin Odegaard over Eze. I prefer Eze going forward, but his defensive duties aren't up to par, aren't up to speed as yet. He loses the ball too often for my liking, and this ain't the game to be losing the ball. No. And one thing Martin Odegaard does is controls and holds onto the ball a lot better than Eze. Certainly at this stage of Eze's career, he's not up to that point yet for me anyway. So for me, I'm going to have Martin Odegaard in at the 10. Front 3 on the right will be Saka. On the left will be Martinelli. And through the centre will be Havertz. It's going to be Havertz. On the left, Martinelli. I'm going to choose Martinelli over Trossard, primarily for his defensive duties. And if we happen to catch them on the counter, we need outlets, don't we? We need outlets to be able to catch them on the counter. So Martinelli is definitely faster than Trossard and is a better outlet than Trossard. Although Trossard is a better player in and around the box, I think Martinelli's a better outlet for catching on the counter attack. So I'm pretty much the same with Havertz. We're probably going to need to hold the ball up a lot better, a lot in this game. Gyökeres has improved his game over the last month or two at holding the ball up. But he's still not at the level that Havertz can do it at. And so that's my reasons for that. So for one more time, I'll run through that starting 11 for you. At the back in goal will be David Raya. Back four from right to left will be Mosquera, Saliba, Gabriel and Nkapie. Midfield three will be Rice, Miles Lewis-Skelly and Odegaard. And the front three will be Saka, Martinelli and Havertz. Guys, so that's my preview of my starting 11 for the Paris Saint-Germain game. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you can all please like, comment, share and please subscribe the video and keep an eye out for my instant match reaction. So until next time guys, peace out. Come on you Gunners!